Hello guys, today we will be comparing Mortal Kombat 2 on the Game Boy versus Mortal Kombat 2 on the Genesis. Well, I know this is your entire purpose of even clicking on this video. Now we're going to see which one is better. The categories we will be doing is fatalities, colors, and speed. So without further ado, let's pop this bad boy in. So basically, we are hoping to see which one's better. Completely better. So yeah. Alright, so basically, we're going to do Katana's fatality for this. No, yeah, we're going to do Katana's fatality for this. No, we're going to do Scorpions, actually. I know I just lied, but we're doing Scorpions. It's easier. So, yeah. So, basically, yeah. I know Scorpion is really bad in this game, unless you, like, play with him a lot. He just can't, his chain just doesn't work in this. Alright, so right now, it's looking like the colors might go to Genesis. But, again, that's not the first category. We're doing fatalities first. We're going to do 2 fatalities to compare and see which one's better. So right now we're comparing Scorpions. Alright, so this is Scorpion's fatality. Yeah, that looks pretty good. Alright, now we're going to be doing, you know which one? Game Boy. Hold up, let me get this thing set up. Alright, so now we're going to do Game Boy. Alright, so right here, now we're going to do Scorpion's fatality on the Game Boy. Alright, so right here, we're doing Scorpions right now. So yeah, the fatality, you know. Oh my god, I'm embarrassing myself. Yeah, we're just comparing, and we're gonna see which one gets the point. For right now, there's 3 points that you can get in total. First one we're gonna do is obviously the toasty. Heck, it is. Yeah, I said 2 fatalities, you know. There we go. Oh, I think this is obvious. You win this. So the first tally mark is obviously going to Genesis. We're gonna make a Roman numeral instead. Alright. Genesis is up. Now we're gonna do gameplay, aka speed. So we're gonna see this. Basically, the speed is gonna be like how fast it goes. I think the Game Boy might actually have a chance in this category. Actually, we're not gonna do the color one. That's not fair for the Game Boy. They can't even compete into it. So yeah, it's just gonna be this one, you know. This one's gonna be speed. I'm gonna pick the fastest character that I can use. You know, Mortal Kombat 2 is pretty hard to play, but it's not really hard to play on the Game Boy. I've beat it like 10 times. I haven't ever beaten this one. Embarrassing. I'm a huge Mortal Kombat fan, and I haven't even beaten Mortal Kombat 2. Yeah. Anyway, so right now, it looks like Genesis is having the better gameplay, honestly. It's not very fast, though. Oh, come on! Alright, well, that's it. Alright, so that's Genesis's. Now we're gonna go back to Game Boy. See if it's any faster. Or actually, maybe it will be faster. I said, yeah, gameplay and how fun it is. Ooh, actually, this is competition right here. The Game Boy has a lot of competition right now. No, I'm dead serious. This is a lot of competition right here. Like speed and fun gameplay. I suggest the Game Boy for beginners, honestly. Oh, as you can tell, looks like the Game Boy wins that. Surprisingly, they win that point. Congratulations, Game Boy. Didn't expect that. Alright, well, as you can see now, it's tied. Now, final category. Which one? Actually, I gotta think of this. Which one is better for beginners? This one's gonna be hard. Which one should you play first? Well, I think honestly you should play Game Boy first, but we gotta at least try it. It depends though. If you want quality, maybe pick. Well, let's just get over this part first. So yeah, basically we'll be doing which one is better in general overall. Yes, that's a category we're doing. So we're gonna do gameplay of each, and I will be talking about each while I'm doing the gameplay. All right, so it's pretty tough to pick actually, because for portable, I honestly picked this Game Boy over the Game Gear version. It's a lot better and funner. Game Gear version is sloppy. It barely even turns the frames. It's just dumb. Anyway, so now we're going to talk about the Genesis version, so it's just the Game Boy. So the Genesis version has a lot of better colors. It's faster. Well, no, it's not faster. It's slower gameplay, though. It's good, but it's pretty hard for beginners. Like, it's really hard for beginners. It really sucks for beginners, because it's really hard. Once you get to match 5, you have to do you can't uppercut anymore. It just won't work. Scorpion's Chain doesn't even work in this. And overall, the SNES version is actually better than this. Fatalities are good. They're just not super good. Alright, and now for the Game Boy. Well, the Game Boy has faster gameplay. It has no colors. Fatalities are more executable because you can do every fatality anywhere. There's no specific distance. Scorpion's Chain works. It has every fatality. Sadly, it doesn't have friendships or babalities. Because it just doesn't for some reason. Which is really weird. So, from the pros and the cons, I picked the Genesis over the Game Boy. Now, I know, I just said a ton of things that suck about the Genesis. But this is the first Mortal Kombat game that I had played in a while. And this was actually a really good one, too. Because this is the game that brought me back to Mortal Kombat. My point is, it has more color. Yeah, I know, it's slower, has less colors than the SNES, but it's still good. So, overall, the Genesis wins. And now, we're going to go for the leak. The next video that we are officially leaking is going to be, take a guess. I really want you to actually take this guess right here. Our plan is to most likely do Mortal Kombat 3 Ultimate versus Mortal Kombat 3. Yes, that's official. I'm actually doing this. It's going to be Mortal Kombat 3 versus Mk2. It's going to be a lot of fun. We're going to do exactly the comparison. Well, hope you guys had a fun time watching this, even though I stuttered a lot. And if you want, please subscribe. See you next time.